we actually even seeing this look right now? This B goes crazy. If you guys do not know the work of Tia Codrington, you need to get to know it. She's done numerous of faces that we love and know here on social media. She even did our girl Olandra's makeup for the cover of Bazaar magazine. That Tia. Last week, she gave us a step-by-step tutorial on how she does a full glam session. So we have to recreate it. Let's jump in. Per usual, of course, I have all the video deets right here. First, she started with skin prep. Of course, I already have majority of my skin prep on, but what I did not put on is the D'Alba spray. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the D'Alba White Truffle Serum Spray. It's been a new addition to my routine, but I also love it. Then this shouldn't be a shock to me, but it is a shock to me at the same time. But she went in with the My Primer Duo. She went in with the Danessa Myricks Universal Balm and the Water Powder Serum. We already know how good this magic is together, but seeing that she went ahead and used it too, I know the beast is gonna be down. All right, now that we're all primed up, she did go in with base first. I have been going in with my eyes first recently, but she went in with her base first, so that's what we're gonna do. She went in with the Armani Luminous Silk for foundation. She looked like she went in little by little with a brush, so I'm actually going to take that same advice. I put a little bit on the back of my hand, and we're just gonna go and work it in little by little. And to ensure everything is all laid down, she did go in with a sponge and just lightly tapped over the foundation. I didn't see her use any bronzer. She went straight into it with a blush. So that was very intriguing. She used the Rare Beauty blush. So I'm just using the Danessa Myricks Color Fix. I feel like that will give me the closest shade to what I'm looking for. And she did take it pretty high as well. Now that we look crazy scary and full of blush, which I don't mind, we're going to go with concealer. We're going to use a concealer that I really don't use that often. And we're taking the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. I haven't used this bad boy to actually conceal under my eyes in probably a really long time. I don't think I ever really used it to do under my eyes. I really just use it as a base for my eyeshadow. But what Tia does, we will do. And of course, she takes it on a palette or the back of her hand because she uses a brush to actually put the concealer on. All right, we're going to go along the nose, under the eye. Honestly, she actually really goes in with the concealer. We're going to also create a little line under where the wing would be. All right, so yes, we do have a lot of concealer on. This is probably more concealer than even I put on my face, but we're gonna go with it. She took a sponge and really pressed this into the concealer into the face. So we're gonna lightly not disturb where the concealer is, just really lightly tap it and push it inward. And we're just really pushing it exactly where we placed it and just push it into the face. Ooh. Now, it wouldn't be a look if we weren't using the Huda Beauty powder. She did use the powder in the shade, I believe, Kunafa. I'm using it in the shade Cherry Peach, and she really went in with this one and pressed that bad boy in. She also lightly took it anywhere that she put concealer. So the chin is a light set, and then a light set on the forehead. Now she moved on to setting the rest of the face. She used the MAC Mineral Skin Finish, like powder foundation. I don't have the Mineral Skin Finish in, but I do have the Studio Fix. This one is so old, but we're going to use her, and we're lightly going to use a brush and tap over the remainder of the face and lightly set that down. She even took this down the neck like you would take the foundation. She was setting everywhere. She was leaving nowhere unset. Now, with all that being said, she moved on to the eyes. She used the MAC paint pot to really set down a base for the eyes. I do not have that paint pot, so I'm just going to lightly brush some concealer over the eyes. The look was pretty quick and easy for an eyeshadow look. I don't know exactly what palette she used, so I'm going to take my Huda Beauty palette, the Empowered one, and use some shades in that one from what I saw. I'm going to take Winner and really use that one as the shade to dust and create a shape of the eye. Then to put down a base lid color, I'm going to take the shade Rebel because the paint pot was like a light purpley pinky color. So I'm just going to dust this over it on the lid just to give us some color. I'm going to add some of Power on top of that just to lighten the shade of it. Then as a topper, she went in with the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb. I don't have that, but I do have the Urban Decay Moon Dust in the shade Space Cowboy that I feel like it gives the same flair. It's just a nice little glitter topper to just really add a little glitz and glimmer on the eye, which I think is super stunning. One thing that she used that I couldn't imagine to even see again was the Inglot liner. I know a lot of people still use this. I just haven't used mine in so long. So she created such a beautiful wing with this on the top and bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that. Bear with me. I think that's as good as the liner's going to get, but I think she looks good. She also did it on the bottom too. So let's work on the bottom liner. Right, the bottom liner is kind of wonky, but it's kind of growing on me, so I'm going to leave it how it is. Of course, we're going to tight line. She used, I can't remember which one exactly. It wasn't the Makeup by Mario one, but I love the Makeup by Mario liner in black. Ooh. Now that we put on our lashes and our bottom mascara, I actually feel like the the liner underneath is actually not that bad anymore. It actually complements the whole look. So I guess she know what she's doing. So I don't even know why I judged it, why I tested it, why I thought about it. Now we're gonna do bronzer. She used the Fenty Beauty bronzer, but I don't have that anymore, I don't believe. So I'm just taking my L'Oreal Infallible bronzer. I feel like it's a nice matte bronzer as well. And we're just really just stamping this bronzer in. We didn't put on any bronzer before, so this is actually kind of different. We're just putting on the powder instead. Now for blush, she started off with a rustic red brownish kind of blush. So we're going with the Huda Beauty Berry palette. I'm actually gonna use, I want to say it's the shade Strawberry Cream and Bronze Berry. I'm gonna use those two a bit and tap it off a lot. Because one thing about her, she loves layering blushes. So we're going to start with this one to give us that rusticy feel. I feel like that really did exactly what I needed it to do. All right, so now that we have that blush on, I definitely feel like this is where the order gets a little bit wonky. She goes into brows and she uses the Benefit Brow. I believe it's precisely my brow pencil. We're going with the Kosas brow pencil. I feel like this is the best brow pencil that works for me. I didn't really see her outline the brows with any gel or even use any concealer to do it. I think she just went straight in with a brow pencil, which I haven't seen in a while. I don't know if I like guidelines, and I feel like this would make me mess up a bit more. The brows may not be my favorite obsession, but they're on and they do look decent. They're not bad. They just aren't my obsession. But next we go into lip liner. I'm telling you, we were like all over the board, but I'm okay with it. I'm following along her steps and we do what we do. We're taking the Limitless Brown lip liner from Makeup Forever and really just outlining these lips and filling it in a little bit. Now we went back into the blush. I'm assuming we're letting the lip liner sit a little bit so that it actually doesn't move as much. So for blush, we're going to take the Hibiscus Haze blush from House Labs and with the fluffy brush, and we're really just going to blend that in to the other blush shade that we have down. And I told you, my girl, she loves layering blushes. She even talks about how much she layers blushes. And this is one of my favorite blush lines, if not my favorite. To dust any of the remainder bake away, we're taking the Charlotte Tilbury palette. She uses the shades 2 and 3. I'm just going to use the shade 2. And we're just going to lightly tap some into the center of the eye and also a little over the blush so everything's really blending in seamlessly. Now we never really contoured the face, so we're actually going to do some quick reverse contouring under the bronzer. Then to finish off the lip, I am going to take both of these shades. She actually didn't know what shade she used for the lipstick. So I'm just going to take both of these Morphe shades and mix them. This is in the shade Teddy and Ballet. I think that mix was actually perfect. And then go in with my clear gloss from Revlon. I'm just going to lock this in with my Easy Bake setting spray. It doesn't actually show if she uses another setting spray at the end. So I'm just going to use that one just to really push everything in. I'm going to just press that into the skin. And this is the completed look. I think she looks beautiful. She's not as much as I would normally do, and I think it's because of how I normally put on my foundation, my bronzer. But what I can say is that it definitely feels light on the skin. It does not feel heavy whatsoever. Do I feel like this will last a long time on my skin type? No. And the only reason is because I'm pretty oily. Maybe if she was doing it with her hands, it would work. But for me and my hands, because I'm just going based on a video, I feel like I would oil up in 2.5 seconds. Even though I use a lot of these products on a normal basis, which is kind of crazy, I just don't know how long it would actually last on my skin. Let's take a close up. What I can say is we flawless, baby. Apart from any of the discolorations that I have going on right now, because I didn't actually color correct in this video, apart from that, we flawless, baby. We look poreless. Was hoping for so long that I would get a video from Tia to let me know exactly what she does on her clients, because I wanted to put it on my face. The only thing I will change or would change is just how I do my eyebrows, because I use majority of these products anyway. All right, if you guys like this video, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. We're on a road to 1,000. Come on. Make sure you definitely hit the like button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I upload next. I know that was a mouthful. Also, if you want to see any other recreation videos, let me know, because these are probably one of my favorite videos to actually do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.